Hey guys, Jonah here, back with a supermarket Sunday, and yeah, this is another one from my recent trip to Asda Supermarket in the UK, and this is number 2 in their collaboration collection, exclusively to Asda. It says double IPA with intense hoppiness, juicy citrus flavors, etc., etc. And this time we are looking at Full Circle Brewing, or Full Circle Brew Co. And they're up in Newcastle. Why, aye, man, where's our spooky man? And all that kind of jazz. If you remember Baker Grove, man, which is quite crazy. Full Circle, etc., etc. I don't think it says anything about this beer, to be honest. It talks about Baker Grove, man, isn't it? Anyway, feel free to pause the video and read that nonsense. I'm not going to. I'm going to have a look about this beer. We have got wheat, oats, and barley. Doesn't really say anything else that's interesting. Packed and done all that stuff in Asda and all that kind of jazz. 8% double IPA. DIPA. Illustration by Tyneside artist Sarah Gibbonson. SarahGibbonson.com. I think that is pretty damn good. I do like that. It's sort of a French type scene, and then she's kind of backwashed it with some sun at the top, maybe some sea, and I guess some ground and pound or whatever down the bottom. Very, very interesting. Ah, here we go. Tasting notes. Didn't see that the first time. Right, so it's a blend of cryo pop. We've seen that before. Columbus and Citra and Galaxy. Ensuring that this beer delivers citrus and tropical flavors, intense hoppiness, deep aromas, all that kind of good stuff. Sorry, my eyes are going a bit funny today. Contact lenses, that's what it is. And to cap it all off, we have a black top, silver bottom. One day I'm going to do this, and it's going to be a black bottom, and I'm going to shoot in my pants. But you don't have to worry about that at the moment, dear viewer, because we have silver bottoms. There's nothing wrong with a silver bottom, especially when it comes to cans. Again, this is a big can, a 440, so almost a pint, and with the deal available, it's about £2.50 a can, maybe just over, not much over. Wow, and we're just about, yeah, we're going to finish it there because we're way over 2 fingers, well, just over 2 fingers head. I don't think I was aggressively pouring it as such, but there you go. Right, deeper on a Sunday. Actually, one of those, I should be doing that. So look at that lovely head. Right, let us see. So lots of different hops, including a cryo pop. And a cryo pop is an extract, a hop extract, which is a mix of, I think it's about 3 or 4 different hops. It's proprietary, so they're never giving you exactly what's in that bad boy. But we got another 3 hops on top. This is going to be a hop bad boy, and at 8% for a deeper, that's cool. I'm liking that. I was looking at someone the other day, and they were having a quad IPA, but it was only like 10% or something, and I was like, well, hang on, if a normal IPA is 5.5%, 6%, and a deeper is 8%, a triple was what, 9-ish%, 12%. How is a quad only 10%? Doesn't make sense. None of beer really makes sense when you think about it, does it, dear viewer? Ooh. So I'm getting juicy tropical fruits. I'm thinking of things like grapefruit, pineapple coming through too. Yeah, so a kind of breakfast juice, grapefruit mixed with pineapple juice, that type of stuff. Um, Smells, the aroma is soft. Um, yeah, it doesn't smell too boozy, which is pretty good. This has been in the fridge for since I put that last one in, so it's been a week. It's been chilling out for a week. The colour, fantastic. That is what a that is what an IPA should look like. Not a tiny shade darker than just a normal pale ale. Traditionally, in West Coast styles, which is kind of where I was going to say at the beginning, you add a little bit of crystal malt in there, crystal 60, crystal 90, sometimes 120, but not often. These days, people put other kind of malts in there, and as we know, this has got wheat and some oats in, so it should be nice and thick and juicy. Although that head is not really sticking to the side of my glass, but never mind, dear viewer. Let's get into it and we'll see what we get. Oh, by the way, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We're sort of 6 minutes in. Hopefully you're still with me and I've entertained you with my jibber jabber. That's got to be worth at least a thumbs up, and consider joining the John Army. Cheers and beers on a Sunday. Oh. Okay, so as soon as I started drinking, I'm thinking, oh, this is a little bit boozy after all. But then it descended into the juiciness. A little bit kind of bitter, and when I say bitter, I mean juice bitterness, like a grapefruity juice. And I was thinking, oh no, this is going to be a bit sour, but it wasn't. It's still got a nice residual sweetness. And what was originally that kind of grapefruit descended more into a kind of sweet pineapple-y type thing. Um, Not so creamy. So I guess either there's not that much oat in here, and maybe a sprinkling of wheat, or perhaps there's so much hops in here that it overpowers the kind of creaminess that should be there. And I'm quite glad, because pineapple cream and grapefruit cream, not sure if they entirely work there. Oh, wow. Good amount of carbonation dissolved in there, but that's probably because it's been in the fridge for a while. What I was going to say is, in addition to all that, there is still some green kind of murky kind of hop juice kind of stuff. If that makes any sense at all, probably not. Because this is so cold and it's been kept at a cold temperature for a while. I don't know if I'm going to be able to drink this super fast, but we'll see how we get on. But yeah, that gas is gonna, I think I'm gonna belch a little bit on this one. Oh. Okay, so we're getting that grapefruit. Then I'm getting more of the greenness before it descends a little bit into that more pineapple-y stuff. But the pineapple has kind of gone a little bit awry. So it was definitely there on my first sip, but now not so much there, which is interesting to me. Um, the sweetness is still kind of present. It's discernible. Is that the right word? On my lips and tongue. Um, and this is not my first beer today, so I apologise. Not that much. I've had a couple of other beers. Um, yeah, what I'm saying is the bitterness is kind of coming out a little bit more now than right at the beginning. There was a good amount of sweetness and balance, but now we're definitely kind of on the more bitter side. When I say bitter, I mean the grapefruity, pithy, um, grapefruit kind of skin, zest, grapefruit zest. Um, as opposed to, yeah, the pineapple. I tell you what, even though it's a little bit boozy, and you can taste the booze a little bit, you get in trouble with this bad boy because this does not taste 8%. If someone said, "Oh, it's a 6% beer," I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, fair enough." But an 8% beer, I don't know. Wow, mouthfeel. Um, it is what it kind of looks like. I mean, it's not totally opaque. I wouldn't say that this is a cloudy beer. This is definitely a hazy beer, but I think, like some other people have said from some of the reviews I read over the last day or so, there is a little bit of kind of, yeah, it's a little bit light. It's a medium, I'd say medium mouthfeel, not a real cloudy milkshakey type beer. But neither is it really lightweight. This is not a normal kind of lagery style pale ale, but it's not thick. It's somewhere in the middle. Yeah. That's weird. On the nose, I think I'm getting a little bit of pear now. Mm, maybe that's because the beer's warmed up a little bit, but I'm getting kind of pear esters, like pear drops, that kind of stuff, which sometimes says acetone, but it doesn't in this case. I am actually kind of tasting or smelling the pear, and because I've drunk some of this beer, anytime you do a beer review or you're looking at a beer critically, um, if you've had some beer to drink and then you go back in with the nose, obviously your senses kind of marry up a little bit. Um, you should always go eyes, nose, mouth, but then if you go nose, mouth, nose, mouth, nose, mouth, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Enjoy your beer. Oh, I still can't believe that I'm getting to judge some of the best beers in the country at the beer festival in August. And in the lead up to that, I'm doing three beer festivals and a cider festival, which is going to be absolutely mad. Um, so I've got to better get the practice in. I know May was a bit of a kind of meek month for me. I know it's meant to be mild May, but for me, I did 52 beers, something like that, which might sound a lot to you, but for me, I'm probably doing 100 beers in a month these days, especially when I'm doing beer judging. My goodness, it racks up the number of beers you score. It's crazy, um, in a good way. Wow. Yeah, so this is kind of, like I said, going on the side of fruit bitterness now. And at 8%, I would not say that this is a sessionable beer at all. I am enjoying it, but I don't think I could do two of these back to back, or not too much, just because it's a bit too fruity for me. I don't mind the zestiness, I don't mind the bitterness per se. 8%, obviously, you don't want to have too many 8% beers in a row, especially when it's nearly a pint. But um, ah, this is pretty damn good beer for a £2.50 collaboration with a really top quality brewery through one of the kind of cheaper supermarkets in the UK, which is obviously Asda. I think they're doing quite well. This collaboration series is brilliant. I found one other, but it's not number three. So this one is number two in the series. I haven't managed to find number three. There you go, number two. Can you read that? I'm sure you can. It looks a bit kind of blurry, but that's what happens anyway. Right, I'm going to finish this off because I'm aware that this, like all my videos, they go on a bit. But when I'm drinking, yeah, an 8% beer, Jesus, it's going to go on a while. Let's finish this off. Oh, it's getting a little bit better now. Cool. Nice lacing at the bottom of the glass. At the top, not so much. Oh, there was something there. Look, does that look a bit like a rhino's head to you? Or is that just me, or some sort of jumping fish out of the sea of foam? And there's some seahorses on the side of my glass. There's Foam Watch for today. Guys, this has been Uncle Jonah drinking strong supermarket beers on Supermarket Sunday, so you guys don't have to. Enjoy what's left of the weekend. Have a good week next week. I'll be back, and I'll be back with another beer review, and that's going to come up real soon.